GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fatman!
So, Sleazy.
Where the fuck were you last Sunday? Or Saturday? Shit.
What a fucking mark. I was at some sleazy household watching Money in the Bank and watching some fat guy from Pennsylvania win the scorecard when it was like the most tainted scorecard in the history of the scorecard.
We will not talk about how tainted that is on the wrestling show.
Batman.
And welcome everyone to another wonderful episode. Today, we have Bailey's biggest fan, Ryan Williams, is here today.
Hi-yo. And it's the last time I get to identify myself as Ryan. Starting next week, I'm identified as Kim.
And
we killed him. No, screw it. Screw the bit. You've been. It's over.
Yeah, your dial-up in Canada ain't working there, Ryan.
Gotta love Canadian dial-up.
Gotta love the Canadian dial-up. Oh, I mean, they would rather have it on universal health care. We just got that.
We lost that entire bit.
Yeah, your internet's all terrible up there.
Oh, wonky as fuck, yeah.
All right, let's talk about the monies that's in not the bank, but in like a little briefcase.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sasha Banks was part of this pay-per-view, right?
Of course she was.
Right?
In my mind.
Yeah, right. In fact, there's not a single one of the four horsemen that was on this horsewomen that was on this show.
Lies.
No one cares about that other one.
She was in the first match we were talking about.
I actually had the worst thing about it, dickhead, because I actually had to stop and be like, were there not all four of them? Like, I had to do the math. I was like, Charlotte, nope. Bailey, nope. Sasha, nope. Becky, she was in the fucking ladder match.
At least I got somebody with that.
I had to double check. You know what I'm like for my statistics and my facts.
I'm like, no. She was in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
She literally was the first one out, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. It went 16 minutes and 35 seconds. I'm sorry, I did not write John's star ratings up yet. But I'm going to look them up now. But let's talk to Sleazy about it.
The women's wrestling enthusiast?
Yes, that would be me. Okay.
Yes, Bart.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. It was messy as fuck. Okay? A lot of botches all throughout the match. It's a ladder match. Shit happens. I'm not sure if anybody else will talk about this later, so I'm just going to bring it up now. The whole thing with Shotzi is absolutely fucking unwarranted. Last I knew, she deleted her Twitter, which, for fuck's sake, you should anyway. Also follow us on Twitter at TWS Sleazy and TWS Fatman at Sleazy Fatman. But no, in all honesty, the toxic culture of saying you should be fired because things didn't go well in the ring is bullshit, honestly. And it shouldn't be happening. That being said, it was sloppy and shit happens. Wasn't a great match. It was a surprising win for Liv. And
Says you.
No, very, man. I didn't expect that to happen at all.
I did not.
I thought, and we'll talk about the scorecard in a bit, but I really thought Lacey Evans was winning it.
I figured it would be somebody new. I did not expect it. So, I give it 2 stars. It was
I liked it. I like the chaos and the fuckery in ladder matches because that's what you kind of come to expect from me. So if I see botches or fucks up, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. I'm not gonna hold you I'm not gonna hold it against you too bad. But I mean, and again, I'll go back to I thought Lacey Evans would win this. I put it down on the scorecard. Really, and just the promotion she got back. So Liv winning it, and then what happened later, right out of left field in a different ballpark.
The later thing was out of left field for me. Liv winning wasn't
like right away. Yeah.
I
spoiler.
Yes, a week later this fucking drops. Yeah, spoiler.
Sleazy
gotta do it, jeez.
Sleazy is a piece of shit. We all know that. So
that's why the rehab.
Right.
Yep. That's right.
Fatman.
It was botchy. It was
it was botchy.
He's not wrong.
Bocce ball over here.
This had potential to be way better. I gave it 2 1/4. Like John gave it 3.5, so he's an overrated piece of shit.
Now, in the same breath, 2E are known to be a little bit more pickier on stuff, and it's just your preference. It's not a dig or anything. But the crowd was hot all night. So if we're going to go by the crowd, like the crowd enjoyed the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I find like that is an atmospheric thing too with matches. That even if the matches are shitty, a crowd's going to change it, good or bad.
Right kid died.
Well, that's only because you guessed it on the scorecard.
I would agree with that.
And I said to Sleazy, I said I'd pick Liv Morgan, but I almost changed it after SmackDown when she won the tag match.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll leave it. But
right, it's funny to think back in those little things that you're like, I wonder, should I not? No, and then just that happened.
Yeah. So
we'll talk about why that's a problem later.
United States Championship. Theory defends against Black Lesnar. 11 minutes and 5 seconds. Ken gave us 3 1/4. 3. It was a good match.
Surprise number 2 for the night for Ryan.
Yeah, I thought Theory was going to win.
Not this guy.
Did you put it on scorecard?
Yep.
Oh, well, sir.
It was the only reason why I was competitive after the second match.
I thought Lashley was winning by like DQ, some nonsensical stuff like that. I didn't see the title change happen.
You were not alone. I think I was the only one that actually predicted Lashley to win the actual title. Everyone else either predicted it. Yeah. Everyone else was either by DQ or Theory was winning outright.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be some fucktardery and Theory wins by like roll up a death.
Fucktardery? I do enjoy that word.
Yep. That's what I was thinking, but
picked up match quality wise for me. Now I like the ladder match anyways, but this was really good. And Theory, I don't let him go. Don't let him leave. He's your perfect mold already. He already got his indie experience. Go with him now.
Yep.
Well, the best part about Theory is that he was brought up not just in any indie, Evolve. And that's a big deal because that means Gabe was molding him for a long time. That means Triple H had his fingers in for a while too. So there's a lot of good pieces of that. And that's part of the reason why, and we'll throw this out there, this is why I believe Joe Gacy will eventually make it to the main roster as well, is because he has a lot of the same pedigree that Theory has.
Do you know who helped train Austin Theory? Ryan's going all Canadian again.
He's gone complete Canadian.
Ryan's gone complete Canadian. But you know who actually helped train Austin Theory?
Joe.
You went all Canadian again, Ryan.
No. Who helped train Austin Theory?
Floppy ankles!
AR Fox. Yeah.
Yay! I had to get that reference in.
It's been a while since we talked about AR Fox. One of those guys that once again does not deserve or does not get enough credit and he should be getting way more.
Yep.
He deserves so much more, so many more opportunities in wrestling than he's got. But last I knew, he still had the keys to the Atlanta, whatchamacallit, that big school down in Atlanta. I can't remember the name of it offhand.
Your face. Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defends against Carmella.
First not shock of the night.
7 minutes and 10 seconds. Ken gave this 2 1/4. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
So I think the best part about this match wasn't necessarily that the match finish went the way it went, but the post-match little bit of a beat. I don't want to say beat down because Bianca gets her heat back anyway. But there was a sense of, okay, will there be a cash in? Well, I guess not. And I think that subverted a lot of people's expectations for when the actual cash in happened later on in the night. Okay, so they kind of played it off there. I like that a lot.
Yeah, they booked it intentionally that way to make you think there would be a cash in.
And then when there wasn't, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess they're not doing a cash in tonight.
Right.
I like that a lot. The match itself, a warm bowl of water. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. I loved fucking Corey Graves on fucking commentary. Holy shit. Holy God. Line of the night was, I think we're going to get our vows renewed. I think Triple H knows a place.
No, he goes, Triple H told me about this little place or something like that. Yeah.
The fucking thing.
It's the same thing. I have to no sell you because you're
fuck you. How's that
an
sound?
asshole. It was an okay match for a house show.
Right.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't
The best
great.
part was the commentary.
Corey Graves was awesome.
Corey Graves is always awesome. Let's be fair here.
I think it's even better when it's Carmella's matches, though. I really do like it. I like how they play off of it. I really do.
Stupid me always remembers the time when Corey Graves and Big Cass didn't like each other. I couldn't figure out why for a little while, and then it come out about him and Carmella banging, and I mean, there it is. I like the match. Not the biggest Bianca Belair fan, but like, meh, it was all right. I do like Carmella, and I do like Carmella's work, so I didn't hate it.
All right. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do.
Undisputed tag team titles, where the fuck they're calling them now. The Usos defends against the Street Profits. 23 minutes. Can't give this 4 1/4.
Anybody actually think that they were going to lose the belts here? No?
No.
No, didn't think so. Their tag.
Oh, here we go.
We've lost you.
He looks really high on that. Anyway, his video pro.
Ryan, kill your video.
Rain grows 2 days every day.
All
God damn it.
I heard was grows 2 days, two days every day.
Ryan, I'd recommend just killing your video entirely.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We don't need to see your handsomeness.
And hopefully it'll help the quality.
Oh, stopping my video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's try that then. Woo. Okay, let me catch back up. Anybody think they were going to lose? No, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So every day they add 2 days to a cumulative tag team title reign because they have 2 separate titles that are each adding in days on title reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They are going to be the most prolific tag team champions in the history of wrestling.
The way things are going, they probably will be.
Yep.
When you can stand there, and I know a lot of people have a lot of days, but when you can stand there and be like, we had 1,200 days as tag team champion, boss.
Yeah.
How long is Demolition's run was?
4 something.
Demolitions was 454. The New Day was like 484. Right now, the Usos SmackDown title reign is in the 300s.
Do you think they'll beat New Day?
Problem is, you can beat New Day all you want. Fucking Gallus has the longest tag title reign in WWE history.
Okay, fair.
Right?
There's like 2 years, right?
Almost about that, yeah.
So
this match was a slow burn, but it picked up great. It was a great match. I really thought, excuse me, that they've been teasing the Street Profits breaking up, which was, I love the line on SmackDown where even they're like, where'd you hear that from? The dirt sheets? They even said it on SmackDown, which was great.
Best thing said over this weekend about dirt sheets was Seth Rollins winning the Up Down Down Championship.
yes, right.
They play the fucking 2K22. At the end of it, he gets 4.5-star rating. He goes, look at that, the full Meltzer rating. I popped so hard.
Right? That was so phenomenal.
No clue. I gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, because motherfucker doesn't watch Up Down Down. It's fine.
Stupid me trying to put my hand up to tell you I had something to say, even though I don't got any video. So currently, the Usos SmackDown Tag Team Championship reign, which is their 5th reign with the title, is 351 plus days, placing them 8th all time on the longest tag team title reigns. The next tag team title reign that they are probably going to pass is the Ascensions with the NXT Tag Team Championships at 364.
Fuck the Ascension.
Wow. There's a couple of big teams in front of them, and then a couple of weird teams. So, like, first, Gallus, 497 days.
Mm-hmm.
Second, New Day, 483 days. Demolition, 478. Then number 4th with the WWF United States Tag Team Championship, the Fabulous Kangaroos, Al Costello and Roy Heffernan for 409 days. During this title reign, the title was also known as the NWA United States Tag Team Championship. 5th, the Valiant Brothers at 370 days. 6th, with the WWF International Tag Team Championships at 368 days, the Mongols. Beppo and Gator.
Cool.
I just want to fill it in because I'm a tag on. I like numbers. Next.
All right. Sleazy, what do you think of the match?
Match of the night, without question.
Yeah, you think?
I think, yes. I think they did a great job. Beginning to end, it was a slow burn. I actually appreciated the post-match where they showed, obviously, that his shoulder was wide up. Obviously, that was an angle. People were talking about how, oh, no, it was that wasn't supposed to happen.
Fucking marks.
What the fuck's wrong with you people? It's people that just want to be right all the fucking time. Whatever. I thought it was really well done, and if this means I get another Street Profits Uso match, I'm in.
No, don't. If the rumors on the dirt sheets and the fucking Reddit are true, they're splitting the boys up in the draft. Montez Ford's getting singles push.
He might be, but I think they're gonna get one more match out of these two before that happens.
Yeah, why do the angle if they're not going to do another match?
I could see them going like, this is it. If we don't win it this time, we ain't challenging again as a team, type of thing. And then Dawkins can go his own separate way, be relegated to another tag member, and they can strap a fucking rocket to Montez.
Side note here for a quick little detour. 7 matches happened on this pay-per-view. 4 of them women's.
Yeah.
SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey defends against Natasha. 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Canton gave this 3 stars. Sleazy, you're the woman's wrestling.
You overrating piece of shit, Canton. What the fuck? Boring as hell. There's only a couple of spots that I really liked. What the big one was Ronda putting Natalya in the sharpshooter and then doing the HBK taunt while doing it. That was pretty funny. But other than that, it was really
Yeah, fair. I get it. Like, you expect better out of these two too, right?
Right. And considering that Natalya is probably one of the people that's really trained Ronda in this realm, it should have been better than it was.
I feel like the Raw match they had was better than what we thought it was going to be. And we just put so much emphasis out of Ronda being able to work, and you're getting somebody like Natty who can fucking go with pretty much anybody most nights. Mm-hmm. This might have been an off night.
Everyone has their off nights, I guess. Or hear me out. Ronda pulled the Nakamura card.
It folded in because she knew she was going to lose.
Exactly.
Possible. Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the case. Stranger things have happened, but there's something to be said about that.
It was an okay match for a house show. And then Liv Morgan comes down to cash in, and I turn to Sleazy and go, they give her the briefcase only for her to fucking immediately get nerfed. And she wins the title. And I was like, that's what shocked me. Because I 100% was like, she ain't cashing in on Rousey and winning. That they're not going to do that.
Roll up of death wins always.
And they did it. And obviously 35 seconds, it was dud because, it was only 35 seconds, but it gave Liv her moment, which is absolutely fantastic. And yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
So here's the question out of all of this. How long till they drop it to Charlotte?
SummerSlam.
You think it's that soon? I think she's going to have a good 4-month title run.
The rumor is that she's actually going to face Rousey again, but why would Rousey hug her after she cashed in?
Friends, Rousey's out for friendly competition. That one makes sense.
Yeah. She said it before.
Just to be an asshole, I'm going to say, no, that don't make sense and not give a reason why.
Yeah.
Okay. That is your right to be wrong.
Says the guy who doesn't watch the product.
Main event time.
It is time for the
Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Drew McIntyre versus unnamed talent versus Omos versus Riddle versus Sami Zayn versus Sheamus versus Seth freaking Rollins. And then they introduced Theory. You notice how I didn't name Madcap Moss? I put him as unnamed talent.
Because he was the unnamed Theory that was put in Friday. Or he was the unnamed talent that was put in Friday night.
And the scorecard never changed it.
No.
Not only did it not change it, and let's talk about this quickly because I do want to get this out there. I do enjoy the pro wrestling scorecard that we're a part of. I really enjoy that.
It actually made it fun watching it live.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Because you get to the point where you're like, well, fuck, this isn't going my way. Fuck this shit. Fuck. Oh my God, actually have a possibility of winning this. Holy crap. Yeah, but one of the drawbacks to having a product like that is that if you are not constantly updating it from the back end side, things like this happen where technically an unannounced talent won the Money in the Bank. However, it wasn't the unannounced talent that it was originally referencing before Friday. So if you look at it from this perspective, from a complete gambling / odds standpoint, if you thought there was going to be more than one person that would be unannounced talent, why wouldn't you just pick unannounced talent for everything?
Yeah.
So it actually gives better odds if you do unannounced talent versus not. And this is not me being bitter by the fact that Dietz won because he put unannounced talent, because he didn't change it once he figured out unannounced talent was Madcap Moss. Fuck him.
I did, because I had unannounced talent, and as soon as they announced that 4-way, I fucking changed it to Drew McIntyre, because I knew none of those fuckers were going to win. Dietz put unannounced talent,
then didn't bother changing it.
Didn't bother changing it. And the scorecard never had Madcap Moss as a pick. It was just still unannounced talent.
So Dietz won with 82.
Dietz would have won either way. Dietz won. We all admit that.
No. I know. This is fucking tainted, completely untainted.
I call this the Davey Richards taint. That's what.
I'm playing the Davey Richards card here.
So Dietz would have won either way, and that's not what I'm actually more pissed off at the scorecard for. Not only did they not have Madcap Moss as a person you could pick, they never changed it to add on. You know what I mean? That's my gripe. Like, it didn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Like, if they would have,
it wouldn't matter for us.
They should have kept unannounced talent anyway, because WWE likes to do that recently. But so that's fine. But if you just would have had Madcap Moss as a selection and still had unannounced talent, whatever.
Then it's the same odds.
Then that's fine.
The difference.
Yeah.
And honestly,
so again, I'm not pissed off at Dietz at all. It's the scorecard.
I'm pissed off at everybody.
It's the scorecard.
The thing is that Batman and I were tied when it was all said and done. So it worked out at the end of the day, except I could just still claim tainted and rile up Dietz for a while. As for the match itself.
Wait. By the way. Him saying that he's won 2 straight when there was an Impact show in between there.
That you won.
That I won. And then calling it doesn't matter because it's lesser promotion. When they have the best weekly show going on right now, fuck him.
Yeah.
Just fuck him. Watch the product, Dietz. You don't even watch fucking Raw or SmackDown. Fuck off.
I don't know what you guys are talking about with best weekly product when I'm watching Stardom every week. Fucking choice.
That's your choice of jerking off besides hermaphroditic porn. It has nothing to do with the product. Yeah, okay.
Your product.
It has nothing to do with how good the product is. It has something to do with what you have to like have the screen right up to your face like this in order to see anything. I don't know how you can do that and have the fucking microscope and the squeezers out at the same time.
You get really talented really quickly.
Okay.
As for the match itself, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was shocking, but it was a pretty formulaic ladder match considering, and that's kind of a weird thing to say in this day and age, that a ladder match is formulaic, but here we are. 3.5 stars.
Ryan, just
what is your problem? Your last episode, and you got to get on like a pretentious fuck.
Yes, and
I just had to tell you out loud. That's all.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I'm just.
Oh, I thought this was match night.
Really?
Everything was about it. The story there was so much story in between the match. Every Omos spot just fits so perfectly to take everybody out emotionally of the match as a whole and just put them in the Omos. So everybody, once the spots happened, and then everybody just kind of went, oh, right, some Money in the Bank ladder match. Next big Omos spot, and everybody's attention is taken away again. So, like, you got to keep re-hooking fans all throughout this match with every Omos spot, I found.
Ryan's right. It was match of the night.
And no discredit to the Usos. match. But this ladder match was just.
This was match of the night by a hair.
By hair.
I can't say the C word. So 4 1/4.
You can still say pussy.
By something that rhymes with hunt hair. Now, I didn't say it. I said it rhymed.
I know.
4 1/4, and great match. Ryan is right. Like, we had this debate a little bit last night or the night before about how I thought Gunther should have been on that spot, and I'm like, you could have had the same spots. It would have been the same match. And Ryan goes, no. And he said emotionally, it really wouldn't have. And I'm like, well, no, he's right. So,
Do we have this on tape?
no, you can never be right.
Yeah, but you have made an entire show out of you saying you're always right.
I am always right. The match would have been the same if Gunther was in that spot. The spots would have been the same. So I'm right. But emotionally, it would have been a different match.
Okay.
All right. I want to say it was one of the worst WWE pay-per-views, but it was a step down from.
I was just going to say, not as good as WWE has been lately. And that's saying much because it was still all right. It was still a really decent pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's just the previous bangers, and I'll call them bangers. Previous bangers they put on have been great.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that because even my worst match wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as I was expecting.
Yeah. There was nothing on the show that was offensively bad. Every match is watchable. And that's pretty much as good as you're going to get.
Which once again, just to circle back all the way around, which is why it pisses me off so much with the whole Shotzi thing. So get the fuck off your high horses. Shit happens. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about news and rumors. And that's pretty much it, right? We don't have anything else to talk about, so we'll see you then. Welcome back. Fatman is playing with his
Fat Manning.
Yeah. Playing with the little Fat Man? The little Fat Man? I don't know.
I'd call it playing, but it's Vienna sausage, but 1-1 on for Newfoundland.
There you go, the Vienna sausage. I assume
maybe small, but fierce. When I was living here, there was a picture of a lady, very classy, no bush. Not a picture of your fucking mother. That's right, Sleazy, you don't watch movies. I just voted Death to Smoochie.
What is the one type of movie I will watch?
Asian porn.
Or hermaphroditic porn.
God damn, both of you.
What, did either one of us say a wrong answer then?
I'm not saying you didn't, but I'm just saying that one of the other films that I watch as an archetype is Robin Williams films. And Death to Smoochie was a Robin Williams film.
Snuff films?
Ish. Death to Smoochie?
No, I'm talking about you and your snuff film.
Oh no, that's a different genre. That's CZW pre-2008. Come on, that was a good bit. Come on, you guys.
I laughed.
I got the snicker from Ryan, but Batman's over there stroking his.
Batman don't want to put you over. It's been like this for years. You know the difference.
I know. I always got to bring it up just to make sure that, I know it's not going as planned.
I'll pull a Sleazy here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to have Sleazy cry right off the bat. Io Shirai, her contract expires in August. She is not expected to resign, and she is expected to go back to Japan.
Why would Sleazy cry? He watches Stardom and that shit anyways. He's not going to miss her.
Here's my question about it is, if she thinks she's going to go back to Stardom, I don't know if there's room for her, honestly.
Yeah, there's.
For Io Shirai.
Here's the thing. If you understand why or her previous run in Stardom, it doesn't make sense for her to come back. And I'll just leave it at that. From a storyline perspective, from a talent perspective, I don't think she'll be going back. Maybe she'll do spots.
So what you're saying is we would have to watch the product to understand something, and we kind of got to take your word on it here?
Probably, yeah.
So when she returns to Stardom in August,
she'll probably do a spot show like Kyrie's doing. But I don't think that she'll be there full time.
Yeah, because Kyrie's not back to full time either.
No. And I think the reality is that I could see her retiring.
He's been saying a lot of people are going to retire lately.
Yeah. And?
You're always wrong.
Okay.
Criminal charges against Jake Ellis have been dropped.
Yippee.
I don't understand why they were done in the first place. So
are you eating fries?
Mm-hmm. Lasagna.
Oh, I love lasagna. WWE signs former Bellator competitor Valerie. I don't know her fucking last name.
Cool. Another tough bitch.
Larita.
That's cool. Like, toughen up the division.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy pleads not guilty to his DUI case.
I mean, you kind of have to at that point.
Yeah, you can't admit it.
Yeah, what's he going to do? Say,
I can't admit that I was doing that when I was on tape doing it.
That is a fundamental misinterpretation of what law and lawyers do.
It's like, you plead not guilty. Okay, here you go, Judge. Here's evidence that he actually did it. Like,
what did he do?
Your face. AEW and
seriously.
Dynamite.
No. Let's walk back here. Did he admit that he was drunk on tape?
No.
Did he look drunk?
Well, it doesn't matter if he looked drunk or not on tape.
Exactly my point.
But he did refuse a breathalyzer test. Actually, he did look drunk because when he did that line thing, he was like stumbling all over the place.
Yep.
So it's
that doesn't mean he can be convicted of the crime of DUI per se, technically, because there could be another reason why he was wobbling. He could have had, a head injury.
And then he refused to take a breathalyzer, but then when they forced him to take one, he blew 4 times the legal limit. There's your evidence, Judge. Judge
well,
Sleazy.
Was the breathalyzer calibrated correctly? You don't know. That's my point. That's my point about all this is that for everything that you have that's considered evidence could potentially convict him, but it could also be not good enough evidence to convict him. And that's why you always
given on the case. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I mean, do I think he was drunker than a fucking skunk? You're damn fucking right he was. But for legal purposes, what can he be convicted of that crime? There's a process, and there's a reason why there's a process.
He guilty. AEW Diamond Select Toys announced a partnership.
That's cool.
Right on.
Paul Heyman may work more with creative, not just for the bloodline, because of the whole situation. Apparently, he has a good relationship with Stephanie McMahon, which is news to me because apparently they hated each other.
Yeah, they hated each other years ago.
Different though. That was years ago.
Well, the difference is that they're not working together. Well, they weren't working together full time anymore.
Forbidden Door did an estimated 126,000 buys, which was down around 20% from Double or Nothing.
I'm going to give him a pass on that. And normally I'm like, yeah, but when you had half your fucking AEW and New Japan roster not able to actually make the show for one reason or another,
and injuries and stuff. No, I got it. I'm just saying those were the numbers. I'm not trying to like bash them or nothing.
right? I'm justifying the fact that they were 20% down from Double or Nothing. That's all.
Update on Big E. He goes, my C1 isn't ossifying, which is forming bone quite yet. The current plan is to get more scans at the 1 year mark and see how it's progressing. The great news is I feel tremendous and surgery is off the table.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
An update on fuck Kenny Omega on his injuries.
Wait, wasn't he supposed to show up at Forbidden Door?
Okay, Meltzer, stop sucking dick. If I get
Fuck Dave Meltzer, first of all, we haven't said it enough over the last few weeks.
Hold on, I got a couple more. This is from Omega himself. If I get another setback, that's it. I'm done. I can't do this I can't do this ever again. 2 times, 3 times a day, really painful rehab, not even knowing what it's going to be like when I get back in the ring. I have no clue. It's scary, actually. You see people, they come back to the ring, and you're just happy to see them back. This is a different kind of expectation put on me. I think that anything less than what they are expecting, which is already unrealistic, is going to lead to a lot of ridicule, which is what I get every day anyway. You can probably understand and imagine how difficult it is struggling 2, 3 times a day, trying to get things to work that may never work again, and trying to reroute things in your brain to go around the things that aren't going heal. Aren't getting healed, I think is what he meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
People think Kenny is hurt. He took time off. Snap your fingers. I'll come back. I'm 100%. Life doesn't work that way. Bodies don't work that way. Athletes don't work that way. It's very difficult to formulate a plan and to execute it. We'll see how I do.
He needs to have a heart-to-heart with Bryan Danielson. Really.
Or it's a work, bro.
No, I get where he's coming from.
I do too. That's where I thought you were gonna go with it. It's a work, bro.
I wish I would love to say that, but yeah, you're right. I think part of the problem is actually Meltzer, because I think that Meltzer overrated his matches. Yeah,
to a point to where now he thinks he needs to compete at that level.
Yeah, he needs to be above perfection in every match he does, and he doesn't have to be. He's a draw no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
1 million viewers a week says otherwise, but okay.
They've actually been down since he's been away.
Yeah.
So
listen, here's the problem when you're going with little schematics about 102,000. They averages 1 million. Up above or below, AEW averages 1 million viewers. To simplify it in a way. So, like, when you get to 2 million, talk to me. When you hit 1.7, I'll understand to call somebody a draw. But even with their blood and guts, one of their best rated episodes is only 1.23.
Nobody's a draw in the company. The company's a draw. Yeah, I get what you're saying. My retort to that specifically is, were the episodes that Kenny Omega showed up on Impact made a big difference? And I don't actually know that answer. I think they did, but I'm not 100% sure.
They did.
And did they immediately go back down when he wasn't advertised?
They did. They got newer fans because their ratings have gone up. But yeah,
it doesn't matter how much of a draw
for Impact.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the thing, is that if you are East Bumfuck, Illinois promoter that gets average 50 fans And this month, because you brought in TJ Epics, you now have 60 fans. He's a draw. He brought 10 more fans in, but in the grand scheme of things, he did draw 10 more fans.
Fair.
Okay. Did we talk about Joey Ryan?
Yes, last week.
Yeah.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He got fired.
Yeah.
He got fired. I got pissed. Ryan didn't say anything because it was cancel culture.
Apparently Santana wants to leave AEW. Him and Ortiz. He's taken separate bookings for months. Hasn't really teamed with Ortiz outside of AEW. And yeah. And
It's
he just
an interesting story.
And I guess he just got hurt too at Blood or Guts. Says it's going to be out a while. His contract is up, I think, in September.
I don't think he'll be back.
I don't think so either. Sleazy's favorite person in the world signed a WWE contract.
Oh, fuck him.
Logan Paul signed with WWE. Deal includes an undisclosed amount of premium live events across 2020 or 2022 and 2023. And he'll obviously make TVs before that. But yeah.
Rumor is Logan Paul and AJ versus Miz and Ciampa at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Fuck him.
What's wrong with you, fat man? Do you have no more news and rumors?
I got one more. It's about AEW's kind of like their wellness policy type.
Fuck, they don't have a wellness policy. Next. Do concussions mid-match and let the match continue? No, don't tell me you got a fucking any kind of drug or wellness policy ever. I watched Jeff Hardy go to the ring.
To be honest,
Jeff Hardy walk to the ring.
To be honest, the first half of the article I read is pretty much saying that he doesn't drug test for alcohol and shouldn't have to because they go out and drink after the show. So why should she? And that's it. It's about Jeff Hardy, and it's totally different. The way it went down is totally different, and that's why the statement. Yeah, I don't fucking.
Yeah, I mean.
Yep. And guess what? I get to do this week, Ryan.
I'm waiting.
Paper toss.
Woo!
Ryan, please put your stuff over.
Fuck you. Fuck Reddit. Fuck the wrestling show on Reddit. Fuck Fat Man for winning the Impact scorecard again with 100 points. Fuck Dietz for winning the Money in the Bank scorecard, taking Fat Man's title with
Tainted.
And fuck you guys on Reddit. Fucking Reddit idiots.
I'm at TWS Sleazy.
TWS Fat Man.
And the show is at Sleazy Fat Man on Twitter and Instagram. We're at The Wrestling Show on TikTok. We are at Sleazy and the Fat Man on OnlyFans. You can find us, as well as everybody else, part of the Gear Network, at gearnetwork.com. We've got at least one new show that you should check out. You can actually get our shows every 8 a.m. or every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. wherever you get your wonderful podcasts. That's pretty much it for the show. So once again, fuck you to Chip for not coming on.
Always.
No selling
us. Ryan, thank you for being on the show.
As always.
And as always, for Sleazy.
For the Fat Man.
This is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Kenny Omega. A hot dog's not a sandwich. A sub is not a sandwich. This will be Sleazy's last show because he has to check himself back into rehab for his hermaphroditic porn addiction. So I will be running the shows for the next, 9 years. And Ryan's name will be changed permanently to Canadian Sleazy starting next week.
I identify as Canadian Sleazy.
I'm the truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The blood shedding your name. When there's nothing to gain, all the world gone sad.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.